Background tracks the ways Central Texas is growing, and home sales continue to skyrocket here in Austin. The median home price has already grown by $120,000 since June. So new research now from Zillow is showing that Austin is set to become the least affordable major metro outside California. No wonder, right? Here to talk about it all is Nicole Bachaud, economic data analyst for Zillow. Nicole, thanks for being here.
Problem.
So this is interesting because you looked at incomes and home prices. What did you find?
So we looked at how the share of income spent on housing for both new homeowners and renters looks now and what that's going to look like as we come to the end of the year. In Austin, what we're seeing is that mortgages are becoming increasingly more unaffordable, even with low mortgage rates and high income growth in Austin. We're going to continue to see rapidly increasing home prices, which are really outpacing incomes, and mortgage rates aren't able to keep up to keep these payments affordable for new homeowners.
Yeah, I can't believe the median home price right now in Austin, upwards of $490,000, I believe, right now, and the new numbers come out next week. You looked at mortgage payments and how fast those are rising. You know, we always hear that you want to keep those payments to be no more than 30% of your monthly income. So where does Austin fall?
So if we look at kind of a little bit of a historic snapshot, June 2020, homeowners buying a new home in Austin could have expected to spend under 20% of their income on a mortgage payment. As we fast forward a year to June 2021, we saw that number go up to 25% of income spent on mortgage payments. As we come to the end of the year, we're looking, if interest rates stay the same as they are now, you know, a homeowner buying a new home in December can expect to spend over 30% of their income on housing, so over that housing burdened line. If interest rates increase even minimally, we're going to see that number jump even further up. And so, you know, homes are becoming increasingly more unaffordable, even though there's strong income growth in Austin.
You didn't just look at home ownership, too. You looked at rents and found that rents are rising pretty fast here, too, as well, right?
Yeah, so rents are also increasing faster than renter incomes are rising within Austin. One of the things there, though, is, you know, rents are still more affordable in Austin than they are in the nation overall. You know, by the end of the year, renters are still going to be able to spend less than 30% of their income on a typical rental, which is, you know, below that 30% threshold and below the national average. So, you know, even if, you know, as mortgage affordability is becoming worse in Austin, there is still, you know, a silver lining for renters who are able to keep affording their units at this time.
But this is pushing us above California, it sounds like.
Yeah, so in June, we saw there were 8 metros in the country that are more unaffordable than Austin in terms of mortgage payments. As we come to December, there's only going to be 5 markets that are more unaffordable than Austin, and all of those are in California. So to say another way, in December, Austin is going to be the most unaffordable place to live for homeowners outside of California markets. You know, and that's not to say that, you know, Austin home prices are going to be higher than home prices in these expensive areas, you know, with the exception of Riverside, California. But what we're saying is the share of income spent is going to be much higher in Austin than it is in those other markets.
Yeah, making it tougher and tougher for families to be able to make ends meet. Nicole Bachaud, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate your data analysis. She does that there for Zillow, and it's super helpful for us here in our area. Thanks, Nicole.